Hi, and welcome to Good Vibrations. I hope you're having a good week, and I hope all your vibrations are elevated and you're getting messages from everybody. Today, I want to talk about reincarnation, and I'm fascinated by reincarnation. I've really been interested in it since I read a book by Dr. Brian Weiss called "Many Lives, Many Masters." Kind of changed my life. I read about 30 years ago. And I realized, it was something I never really thought about. It was something I never considered. I think I was afraid of death and I was afraid of life ending. So I never thought about what things would be like afterwards. But are you attracted to different places on the earth? Like you feel comfortable in certain countries that are not your own? Or when you walk into an antique store, do you feel that you've got to have something that's not from your century? Do you walk up and you feel a I can't say the word, but do you feel familiar with it? Like you sort of have to own it, or you see the romance of certain objects and you go, I have to have this. I have to have it in my collection. It feels like it belongs with me. Like I haven't seen it in a long time. And we tend to attract these things, like, well, here's a quill pen, um, not a ballpoint. So when I graduated college, my parents bought me, this is a reproduction, of course, I got it in Philadelphia, but my parents bought me a fountain pen. And of course, not many people use fountain pens, but I wanted a fountain pen. I felt that that was important to me. I've also been very attracted to the Asian culture. This is a little good luck tree. It's got tokens on it, but I have so much Asian art throughout the house. I've never been to Asia, and yet every time I would buy a piece for the house, I would buy Asian art or Middle Eastern art, and I've always been attracted to it. So it made me wonder why. But there are certain cultures I'm not attracted to, and I don't want to have them in the house. So it makes me wonder, have I lived in those cultures before? Well, I actually did a past life regression, and it was really an interesting experience. And I found myself in Holland in the 15th century. And it's really funny because I have candlesticks from Holland from the 15th century. And I remember that I had to have those candlesticks. I searched the internet until I could find something from the 15th century. I wanted it. So it's really interesting. Next time you find yourself attracted to a certain music that stands out, a style of music that maybe is not from your culture, or that certain things about history that nobody ever taught you, or there's a whole bunch of things that really tell us that we might have lived in another time period. So start thinking about what really attracts you to certain times of history. It might be World War II. It could be the ocean. It could be anything. And sometimes it's also about our fears. Like a lot of people have a fear of water, and it makes me wonder if in a past life they had an accident on the water. So instead of just accepting that you have a fear of water, why don't you think about why you have a fear of water, or why you have a fear of heights, or why you have a fear of whatever it is, crowds, whatever it is that, and understand that you may have been here before. And that also goes with everyone you're with. We're all spirits having a human experience. And what I often tell people when I do a reading is when we're on the other side, in what I call the soul soup, we choose our parents, we choose our families, we choose what kind of experiences we want to have here. And then we come here and we forget everything, of course, when you're a child. Some people don't forget, and they're documented. You can find them on TikTok. There are these children who can recall past life parents and past life experiences. There's one child who can take you to his house where he was an agent in California. He actually recalls the whole life. Or there's a child that can name the plane that he went down on in World War II. It's all documented on the internet, on YouTube, it's very interesting. Once you go down this rabbit hole, you might not come out, because you might be interested. I will tell you that we went to Versailles in France. It's a beautiful palace outside of Paris. And it was strange because I had that feeling I had been there. I had never been to France, and I was running through the palace with my children, and I was telling them what was the next room that was coming up. I knew every room that we walked through. I recognized fireplaces. It was just really weird. I told them things about the palace without a guide, without anybody, that I felt I had been there, and I let myself speak about it. I wasn't shy. So the next time something feels familiar, talk about it. So we have Angela from Grand Terrace, California, and let's get her on.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Have you ever had a feeling that you've lived before in another place, another time?
Funny you say that. I have had dreams of that, correct.
So what did you dream?
So I've had several. Being in places that I've never seen before, I haven't seen on TV, things like that. Me actually looking down at myself and I'm not my um yeah, it's a really odd thing because I feel like I belong there, but I don't. Like it's me, but it's not me. So I don't quite know. I've woken up to these dreams and uh, had lots of questions and actually tried to research.
That
So
that's
yeah, if you
that's
have
a
any
great.
insight, that would be awesome.
Well, researching is the best thing. And of course, going there, I felt like familiar with France, and we went because I wanted to see. And it was, like I was just explaining, everywhere I walked in the Versailles Palace, I knew what each room was. I was familiar, and I had never read a book about it. I had never gone there. But a good book to
Mhm.
read, as I mentioned before, is Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss. If you're interested in past life regression. He writes a bunch of different books, and they're really fabulous. And you can download a past life regression from his website so that you could do it in the comfort. I do it in one of my classes. I have the whole class do a past life regression. I feel like if you're learning mediumship, you have to really examine if you've been, where you've been and how you connect to
Mhm.
people. So maybe you want to take my course and see what that delivers. So I have a course starting in 2 weeks on August 7th on Zoom at night. But you know that I'm a medium, correct? And that I see, hear,
Yes,
and feel. And so I feel if they're behind you right now because I can't see you. I feel behind me someone coming in, and I want to ask if your father is in spirit.
he is not.
Okay, so do you have a father figure in spirit, like a father-in-law, a godfather, an uncle?
Mm, just a grandfather.
Just a grandfather. This feels younger, so I'm going to leave you
No.
with trying to think if someone is, could be a friend of the family that you considered like an uncle, and you don't have a partner. You don't have a partner that's lost a father?
Um, no. I
If
mean,
you
I'm married. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
yeah,
I don't
okay.
have.
Yeah,
Yes.
and his parents are alive. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that.
No, his father is passed.
That's what I asked you, if you had a father-in-law in spirit. Yes. Your father
Oh,
was okay,
sorry
okay.
about that.
No, it's all right. Well, I'm happy that we were
Yes,
able to
yes.
identify. Okay, so I'm also picking up living or dead, an FR name like Frank, Fred, Francis. Is there a Frank, Fred, Francis anywhere in the family, living or dead?
No.
Okay, so hold the name. Just hold the name because you may think of
Okay.
it afterwards. But your father-in-law steps in as a father. Did you know your father-in-law?
Not really. I only spoke to him one time on the phone. He did
Okay,
not
so
live in state.
that was my next because he feels far. And who wore military uniform? Did your father-in-law? wear a military uniform, or did someone else in the family wear a military uniform?
Two. So he did. He was in the Navy when he was young, and then also my middle son was in the Army,
In the
and my
Army.
oldest one is also in Air Force as well. So I have
In the Air
two
Force. Well,
sons
he's
that are
talking
in
about,
services.
okay. So these are his grandchildren. So he was
Correct.
in the Navy, and his grandchildren also served, but in the U.S. Army or Navy,
Correct.
correct? Right.
Correct.
Okay. He's acknowledging that even though he wasn't here and he passed before they were born, or he didn't get a chance to meet them.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to meet them.
Right. So he wants you to know that he knows, that they served and he's proud. Okay. Do you have three
Okay.
children? There are three. Do you have three children?
I do.
Okay. And all three of them are here, correct?
Yes.
They're in the present. They're not in spirit, right? Nobody's in spirit.
Well, I had when I was
Right.
17, I had a loss. So, and
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if it was male, female, or I don't know.
Right. I get it. I get it. I get it. So I'm not feeling that your father-in-law was the grandfather of this loss, right?
Correct.
But he says he has that child with him. You understand? That
Uh,
your child is
Oh,
his
wow.
child. You're his daughter. Okay? And where is
Okay.
the B name, Bob, or it might be a different name like Bobic, or where is the B name, living or dead? Bob, Brian, where is the B name?
Well, his name was Robert,
Okay.
and then he has a daughter named Bobby.
Okay. So your father-in-law was Robert and his daughter is Bobby, correct?
Correct.
And she's here. She's in this on this side, correct?
Correct. No, she's in the spirit.
She's in spirit. Okay, and
Hmm.
his wife is alive, correct?
He was married twice, so
I'm talking
one of
about
them is, and the other one is not.
okay. All right. So where is the P name? Like Patricia, Peggy, Paula, where is the P name?
He.
I have a P
That
name and
I'm
I
unaware.
have an MA. I have MA, which is Margaret Mary. Um, where's MA?
M.A. No.
It feels like it's around your.
Um,
Is your mother-in-law the mother of your husband? Is she in spirit?
she's still here.
That's what I was talking about because he says it wasn't clear. So she's here, his second wife or whatever, a wife with a different
She's
number
in
is on the
spirit.
other side. She's in spirit.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. And so your mother-in-law was his first wife?
Uh, yes. Well, no, actually, um, no, she was his second wife.
She was his second wife. So the first wife is with him. And where is the S name like Sarah, Sharon, Sally? Where is the S? Sybil.
Mm, I- I'm not sure.
Okay, I think you don't know a lot of the people, but I think he's calling out
On his
names.
family?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on that side of the family. But he stepped forward and wanted to let you know that he's been involved watching your children, their entire lives. Like he's really been active. Like, well, he couldn't be here with you. He was on the other side. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Um, there's a male that's next to you that's passed. Which would be a contemporary. Did you lose a sibling or a friend? Or
Mm,
your husband lost a friend or a brother?
if it's a male, I in I think 2021, it was an ex-boyfriend that had passed away. I'm not sure if that is
Yeah,
resonating
well,
or or-
it's a male contemporary. So
okay.
were you boyfriend and girlfriend when he passed away?
No.
But you were coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of thing, like you were very close at some point?
Yes.
Yeah. Um, there's a sense of apology around him that he didn't handle things well with you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And he wants to
I do
take
have a
this.
question for
You have a
him, if
question?
possible,
Sure, go ahead.
because I had a dream with like a visitation dream not that long ago, and the only thing that I could recall from that dream is seeing him with a single tear coming down his face, and I don't know what that means. So if there's a way to
Well,
find
it's
out what that means.
what I'm feeling from him is regret. What I'm feeling from him is regret that however your relationship ended, that there is
Hmm.
a sense that he didn't handle it well, or he didn't fight for you, or he let it go. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
And what I get was coulda, woulda, shoulda, that you were the one that got away.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. And he's sorry about that, you know? Again, that is there an F name around him? That F name does not want to go away. Fred Francis Frank. Where is the F name? Philip.
F name. Uh, Not ringing a bell. You said
Okay,
it could
think
be a Fred
could be a friend, it could be a
Francis.
friend of your husband's, it could be anybody, but there is an F name that wants to come through and say something, so you may want to think about it. So this is my book, and I would ask you to pick a page number 1 to 366, and I'm going to read what's on that page, and we're going to see if it means anything to you. We'll see if there's a message there.
Okay, how about 110?
110. Okay. Okay. All right. 110. Um, oddly enough, yeah, I feel like this is coming from not from your father-in-law, but on your side of the family. So I don't know if you've lost someone on your side of the family that you're feeling it, or it could even be this ex-boyfriend. But what they're saying is make time to feel grief and sadness when you need to. In other words, you're always putting on a happy face and you don't really validate your own feelings. So when you're angry or you're sad, they want you to let those feelings come through. Don't bottle them up. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely does. And this is the second time I've been told that. So I probably should listen.
You should listen to it. And I want to ask, did you lose a pet recently, a dog?
I did. Oh, I
Yeah, the
got
pet. I
chills just
think.
now. Yes.
Okay, well, that's who's sending you the message that you have to grieve your dog. That the dog was special to you, and
Hmm.
you too often you put on a brave face and you don't acknowledge the pain, and you can't suppress grief. You have to like really almost accept it into your life, deal with it, and then that helps you adjust. So don't bury your grief. Like invite it in, say
Okay.
hello, and somehow find a place for it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and you can always book up me on the web, so I'm always available.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. We're going to go to Evelyn, and I don't know how to say this word. Visalia, Visalia, California.
Hello.
Hi, Evelyn. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, it's Visalia, California. It's a strange name.
Visalia. Yeah, it is a weird one. I was wondering if he spelled it wrong. It was supposed to be Vidalia with the onions because I think there's a Vidalia in California, correct?
Uh, Probably. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking my
So,
call. I
oh,
appreciate it.
you're welcome. So I often explain that I feel spirit around me. So if it's behind me, it's parents or grandparents. If it's to the side of me, it's a contemporary. And if it's in front of me, it's a child. But I want to say, as soon as you got on, I started to feel a mother figure, but I feel I have to go back further and go to a grandmother figure. Do you have a grandmother in spirit that you were rather close to?
I never met her, but yes,
Yeah,
she
and it's
passed
funny because
at a very young
yeah, I was
age.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, you may not even know her, but do you kind of feel her? I almost feel like she wants to let you know that she wants to validate these feelings that she's been around you, and she is indicating that you do stuff like I do. You do mediumship, or you feel like you're intuitive. Is that correct?
I don't do mediumship. I just know things sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'll like randomly say things and everybody's like, "Oh, you're right," and I'm like, "Well, I don't know how that came about." I don't know if that's intuitive, but I'm good at guessing. Not all the time, but usually yes, or
Yeah, well,
knowing
that
things.
I think as soon as I got on, I felt that you were intuitive, and she's validating it for me. And so Evelyn, I want to ask you, is there a Roberta or uh, well, I'm definitely hearing Roberta. So I have to ask if there's a Roberta living or dead.
I have a brother named Robert.
Robert. Okay, so we just had a Robert on the other. So it could be it's Robert, and your brother Robert is here, right? He's not in spirit.
Yes, he's currently in the hospital. He's ill, but I've been praying for him.
Well, that's good. I think your grandmother would like you to know that she's around them too. Is there a problem with his legs?
Yes, with his legs. Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's showing me that there's a problem with his legs. And do they not know what are they doing exploratory stuff because they're not quite sure what's wrong? They haven't identified it?
And they think it's the heart. So he might need some stents put in soon.
Um, yeah, I feel like there's something underlying that they're missing. So, and stents, by the way, I had 3 put in last year. It's a walk in the park. He'll be fine. Um, but I feel like it's really it's interesting that you said stents because I get circulatory with his feet. Um, are they talking about a bypass?
I don't know. I'm gonna call him today and ask him.
Yeah,
My
because they showed
mom had my mom had a femoral bypass on her feet. That was 3 years ago.
okay, because
But
what
I
they
don't
show me,
know.
they show me legs and I see the veins in the legs. Like they show me my father's legs and he had a bypass where they took veins from his legs and put it in his heart. And they're showing me like the legs. And that's why I asked if he was having a problem with his legs. So,
They're
you know,
swollen. They're very swollen.
they're very swollen. Yeah, so there's
Very
circulation things
swollen.
going on, but they're going to get to the bottom
Hmm.
of it and they're going to find out, well, swollen legs could be something like, whatever it is, it's all related. But I feel like he's in the right place. And mom is okay, correct? Mom came through her surgery.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Your grandmother's showing me something around her neck. So do you have like some kind of locket or medallion from her, or does your mother have a medallion from her?
I'm pretty sure my mother does. My mom gave me something that belonged to my grandma. She should have never done that because I lost it and I've never told my mom.
You know what your
And she's
grandmother
like, take
says?
care of it. It belongs to your grandma. She told me.
No, she says it lived its usefulness. Don't fret about it. In other words, you only have things as long as you're supposed to have them. And if you lose them, then it was time for it to move on to the next person or the next part of its own life. Do you understand? So she doesn't want you to hold on to
Okay.
that. Your
Thank you for
dad
telling
is,
me this.
oh, you're welcome. Is your dad in spirit?
No.
You have a male in spirit. Is there an uncle that's in spirit?
Yes, I do. My dad's
Yeah.
brother.
Your dad's brother. And is there an Ed name, like an E, Ed, or Ted, or Fred, like that Ed sound? Living or dead? Is
Ed,
there an Ed or Eddie?
Eddie. I
And also,
can't recall at the moment, but it's something to look into it. You know how it is when you're put on the spot. Can't really think.
I do. I always joke when I'm doing readings that you're going to wake up at 2 in the morning and you're going to remember. So why don't you pick a page number and let's read what's on that page and see if your uncle has something special or your grandmother. 1 to 366, any page number.
Okay, let's go with 17.
17. It's funny that you picked 17. I know what it says, and because I've read this so much at this point. Rain feeds the flowers, the universe feeds me. So this is definitely coming from your grandma. And what does it mean? Rain feeds the flowers. Rain nourishes the flowers, right? So the universe is nourishing you. The universe is giving you signs, and it wants you to take the next steps to becoming more in touch with your intuitive side. She is feeding you information. She's showing you the signs, and she wants you to step into it, take a course, read a book, do whatever it is you have to do. But they are. She's showing me, she's raining signs on you to do this. And I will tell you, I'm only doing this 3 years. I started taking courses during the pandemic, and it was like the best gift I ever gave myself. So think about it. Nothing happens without a reason. It's a synchronicity. So you may want to look into taking a course, or going on YouTube, learning about it, read a book, whatever it is. But she is feeding you information to get in touch with your intuitive side.
Well, thank you. That's something I've always thought about. I actually thought about it recently. I'm like, I should take a course. So you picked up on that as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And so, for all our listeners, you can always book me on the web, www.ladyphyllis.com. And I do, just FYI, have a course starting in a week on Thursday evenings over Zoom. It's a 10-week course where I teach the rudiments of being intuitive. And many of my students are now on TikTok or on YouTube, or they're reading in coffee shops. They're going out and they're doing this as well. They're writing books, they're doing all kinds of great things. I found that mediumship was a great way to get to know myself. I didn't expect it to be such a great exercise in getting familiar. After my husband died, I kind of didn't even know myself anymore. So it was a great way for me to learn about myself. And I really love doing what I do. So like I said, you can take a course. I have a Patreon if you're interested, where I bring in experts that explain all the different modalities if you want to learn about more. And that's about all we have time for. I'm going to read an affirmation for everyone. I mean, why should only two people get it? So I'm going to randomly pick a page, and let's see if it applies to you. So I'm going to leave you with these words, and I will appreciate being still and listening to my heart. I'm going to read it again. I will appreciate being still and listening to my heart. So listen, we have a very paced world. We're so busy doing things for other people. Just like I explained to the First Lady, Angela, that, she's not taking time to grieve, even if it's, people feel that, loss is loss. Even if it's a dog, we grieve. It could be a loss of a job, a loss of a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is. So the point is, take time to listen to your heart. Sit down, shut the phone off, and really listen to what you're saying internally, and nourish that. Take care of yourselves. Until next week, hope your week is filled with good vibrations. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.